Hello, welcome back once again. Today we have this interesting math problem. We're going to find the square root of a complex number. Here we have the real part as -2 and the imaginary part as 2 root of 3, and we're going to find its square root. Now in this video I'm going to present two different methods. So let's start with the first method, where we're going to use this nice algebraic identity that a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Since we are looking for the square root of -2 plus 2i root of 3, we assume that -2 plus 2i root 3 can be expressed in this form, which is a perfect square, right? Now let's check it out. So we have here -2 plus 2i root of 3. Let's see if this can be expressed in this form, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, right? Let's start with this one here, 2 times something times something. You get the idea? So if you start with this one, since we're trying to get something in this form first, then we need to know the next terms to be squared. So 2i root of 3, we can express that as 2 multiplied by 1, right? And then multiply by I root of 3, right? So here we can say that either a is equal to 1 or b is equal to I root of 3, or a is equal to I root of 3 and b is equal to 1. Now let's use the one of I root of 3 for a, right? So this is going to be plus, here we square I root of 3. After squaring that, we also squared 1. Now we can see if you square this, I squared is -1, root 3 squared is 3, we get -3 plus 1, giving us -2. We get it. Therefore, the right hand side is a perfect square, which shows that this is equal to a, our a is I root of 3, right? Plus b, our b is 1. Therefore, this is squared. Now, taking the square root to say the square root of -2 plus 2i root of 3 is equal to the square root of 1 plus I root of 3 whole squared, which is going to be equal to 1 plus I root of 3. And this right over here is the required answer. Interesting. Now let's go to the second method. So for the second method, we know the square root of a complex number gives complex number, right? So we can say let the square root of -2 plus 2i root of 3 equals a plus I times b, where a is the real part, b the imaginary part. If you square both sides from here, we're going to have -2 plus I 2 root of 3. That this is going to be equal to, if we expand this, a plus ib squared is giving us a squared minus b squared, right? And then plus 2ab multiplied by I. Now we're going to compare both sides of this equation, real to real and imaginary to imaginary. We get a squared minus b squared is going to be equal to -2, right? And from here, we have 2ab, the imaginary part, is going to be equal to 2 roots. That is going to be 2 root 3. Yeah, so it's going to be root 3. So which implies from here that a times b is equal to root of 3. Oh my god, so this is going to be ab, right? We will have 2 times something, 2 times something, so it is going to be ab. So this shows that ab is equal to root 3. Now from here, we say a is equal to square root of 3 divided by b. We're going to substitute. So if you substitute here for a, we get a squared becomes root 3 over b squared, giving us just 3 over b squared. And then minus b squared this is equal to negative 2. Okay. Now from here, when you simplify properly and cross multiply, we're going to have negative 2b squared is equal to 3 minus b to the power 4. From here, we make the following substitution, right? We're going to let b squared equals y. From there, we get the following equation, that y squared, that is with proper simplification, minus y squared minus 2y minus 3 equals 0. And here we factorize this as y minus 3, then multiply by y plus 1 equals 0, which shows that y is equal to 3 or negative 1. And from here, if b squared is equal to 3, we get b is equal to root 3. We can use any of this value, but let's use 3, positive 3. Here, we get b squared equals 3, which is giving us b is equal to square root of 3, right? We are done with this one. So b is equal to root 3. What about a? A equals root 3 divided by b, which means this is equal to root 3 divided by root 3, giving us 1. A equals 1 and b equals root 3, which shows that the square root of negative 2 plus 2i root of 3 equals a, which is 1, plus b, which is root 3. We get I root 3. And this right over here is our solution. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, kindly subscribe. Also like, comment, and share.